Hi friends, good morning everyone. Welcome back to CAP classes. If you are in CA Intermediate Group 1, there is very less possibility that you will join articleship and you will be exposed to the real life accounting. Because normally articleship starts after completion of one group. So theoretically sitting in the classroom, you do not know what is the accounting, how the accounting has been carried on in the real world, whether it is a small company or a big company or a partnership firm or a society or a bank. You do not know how the accounting happens. In the classroom, you read the books and you'll be learning something about financial reporting. You'll be learning something about financial statements. Oh, this is the way we prepare P&L balance sheet. This is the way we journalize transactions. We record various transactions and events. All these things you might be learning from your 10th class, 11th class, 12th class and all. But today I would like to give you a good insight into the practical accounting. Do you know all the accounting standards, whatever you see in your CA intermediate syllabus, are domestic accounting standards? That means accounting standards by Indian government, by ICA, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and they have their scope and applicability to Indian companies and Indian entities who are preparing financial statements. Okay, not only companies, to other entities also, of course. Okay, but don't you think it is high time for any country to implement global accounting standards because of the globalization? And you just look at a company, you can take any company, ICICI, you can take SBI, or you can take software companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro. Wherever you go, these companies have their operations and they are also listed in the stock exchanges of other countries. For example, if you look at Infosys, TCS, not only that they have operations in US, UK, but they have also listed companies in those particular countries. So now imagine if you are a shareholder of TCS and if they are preparing financial statements based on accounting standards which are developed in India for the purpose of Indian companies, what if you are from Europe? A person who's from Europe also can invest money in this company, no? A person who's from London can invest money in this company because this is listed in London Stock Exchange also. So probably many Europeans and many people from Scotland or England might have invested money in this company. How do they understand if the financial statements are prepared according to accounting standards of a particular country? Don't you think it is the responsibility of the company to prepare financial statements that are understandable by global investors, global audience, isn't it? That is the reason there are global standards called International Financial Reporting Standards. So this International Federation of Accountants Committee, and also International Financial Reporting Standard Board, they have not only developed accounting standards that are applicable to all the countries, all the companies, all the entities in all the countries, but also they started liaisoning or communicating with regulatory bodies like ICA, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, is accounting regulatory body in India. So this IFRS board, they started communicating with various countries, governments and various countries regulatory authorities to implement IFRS instead of domestic standards. And even in India, this process started long back, maybe 10 years, 15 years back. And 10 years back, that means in the year 2014, Ministry of Corporate Affairs has come up with a notification stating that yes, we are officially a part of this mission and we will implement IFRS. But they have not scrapped all the accounting standards and they have not adapted IFRS as it is. Rather, Indian government, Ministry of Corporate Affairs and the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, they have decided to develop new accounting standards which are in lines with IFRS. So if you look at some small countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh, they have implemented IFRS earlier than India. Now you might think, Pavan's a small country, how can they be ahead of us? Simple, the logic is they cannot afford to develop accounting framework or accounting standards again which are in lines with international standards. So what they have done is they scrapped their domestic standards and single point notification, chalo, from today we are implementing IFRS. That's it. That means they are actually implementing IFRS. They do not have any other accounting standard now. You understand? Now this IFRS and all, you know that this has come from England, isn't it? They are not from US. This accounting standards, this international financial reporting standards and all, they are from UK, isn't it? But do you know one interesting thing is, even in UK, other than IFRS, there is another framework. There is another set of accounting standards which are approved by their Companies Act and their government, central government. They have their central government, right? Company House, HMRC, we call it with different names, different departments, but basically it is their government. That is what we call UK GAAP. Okay, FRS 1 or 2 they call it. Okay, and also there are IFRS. Similarly, even in India now today we simultaneously have two standards. One is accounting standards which are there in your CA intermediate syllabus, and the other one is accounting standards which are there in CA final syllabus, which are known as IND AS, which are maybe I can say a little more complex and complicated compared to accounting standards. Now the student will ask, sir, studying accounting standards in CA Inter itself, I lost my hair. What will happen if I study IND AS? Don't worry, along with hair, head also, brain also. No, there is no risk. Okay, so I studied, but I'm still living now, so no problem, not that complicated, okay, to take your life. So this is group 1 accounting accounting paper 1, in that chapter 1, in that page 1, module 1. So you'll see here a beautiful diagram in chapter overview: introduction, objectives and benefits of accounting standards, accounting standard setting process, how they are setting accounting standards, list of accounting standards in India, you know, from 1 to 29 there are different accounting standards. Then comes the need for convergence. What is the necessity of migrating to global standards? Then you need to understand what is global standard, IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. Then convergence to IFRS in India. What is the process? What is the roadmap for developing this so-called IND AS? So roadmap for IND AS preparation. So from convergence to IFRS, concept of IND AS emerged, and there they have some differences. There are some differences between IFRS and your IND AS. They are known as carve-ins, carve-outs, which you do not have in your CA intermediate level. At CA final you have. And then roadmap for IND AS implementation. Okay, so this is a, you know, big, long, complex journey. But the good news for you is you have only this list of accounting standards is there, no? In this, from 1 to 29, some standards have been deleted. Okay, for example, accounting standard 6 is not there, accounting standard 8 is not there. So 29 minus 2, 27. But in your syllabus, 27 are not there. Some accounting standards have been excluded from CA intermediate level application. For example, consolidation kind of. Now you might say, Pavan sir, consolidation is there in syllabus advanced accounting. I know. Consolidation of 3 different entities will be there. Consolidation of subsidiaries will be there. Consolidation of associates will be there. Consolidation of joint ventures will be there. There are 3 types of consolidation. In your syllabus, in advanced accounting, you have only one consolidation, which is consolidation of subsidiary. So AS 21 is there in your syllabus, but 23 and 27 have been eliminated from your syllabus. Similarly, interim financial statements also, 25 is also not there in your syllabus, because these are little advanced concepts. They are there only at final level. You understand? So from 29, 2 have already been deleted by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and ICI. Then 3-4 standards have been eliminated, you know, excluded from the syllabus by ICI. After that, whatever standards are there, they are divided between your group 1 accounting and group 2 advanced accounting. So if you look here, there is a list, right? So they have given too much of information. Don't worry about it. Okay, this theory full chapter you don't need to read also. So this is the list: disclosure of accounting policies, accounting standard 1, 2, blah 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 blah. If you look here, 6 is not there. Depreciation deleted and merged with 10. Then 8 is not there, research and development cost, that is merged with accounting standard 26, and then you will see all other standards. This 23 is not there in your syllabus. This 25 is not there in your syllabus. 27 is also not there in your syllabus. So from 29, -2, -3. Okay. In that, AS1, AS2, AS3, AS10, 11, 12, 13 and 16 are covered in the syllabus of this paper at an intermediate level. That means remaining standards which are applicable for CA intermediate students, they are there in paper 5. Simple. They are there in advanced accounting. Okay. Now, this accounting standard 13 is there, no? This is both a standard in your syllabus plus also a separate lesson, investment accounting. Similarly, AS3 is there, no? This is a standard but also a separate chapter. In chapter 4, unit 2, you will learn cash flow statement in detail, exhaustively. That means these two areas, accounting standard 3 and 13, they are capable of becoming a complete chapter for you. They have that level of scope. You understand? And accounting standard 3 is very important. Pavan sir, what about accounting standard 13? 13 is also important, but the point is whatever you learn in accounting standard 13, that will be outdated by the time you come to the real world. Because there are new set of investment accounting accounting standards in CA final you learn, that is being implemented. So accounting standard 13 may be 250 years ago when I was studying CA Inter. 250 years ago. Exaggerating. So that time when we were studying, then AS13 was important, but not now. But we'll do it only for marks. Okay. So AS3 and AS13 are two separate chapters. Okay, all remaining are standard. Maybe, there are certain standards which are huge. For example, if you look at accounting standard 10, if you look at original accounting standard 10 or your CA intermediate or CA final textbook, this standard is capable of running into maybe 40 pages, 50 pages, 60 pages, 70 pages. Pavan sir, are you kidding? No, I'm not exaggerating here. So that standard is that deep. Even accounting standard 11 is so deep. Other standards are not that big, okay. Accounting standard is 16, okay, kind of. 1 and 2, they are basic standards. 1 is just 2-page, 3-page standard. 2 is, yes, there is so much of length, but it can be trimmed. It is very basic standard. And this is your syllabus. So, for students attending exams in 2023 November and 2024 May, we are starting this batch with accounting standards, and this is the introduction. In the next session, we will see what accounting standards are, and then from there I will take you further. Okay.